That morning explosion right there, rocking a print shop in Chandler. Dramatic video of the roof blowing off the building, caught on camera by Matt Lee, who was waiting in line at a drive-thru right across the street. Here's the aftermath from Sky Fox. This is near Ray and Rural Roads. 4 people were seriously hurt. The injured all taken to the hospital with severe burns. The explosion happened about 9:30 this morning at the Platinum printing business. When fire crews arrived, they found the roof fully blown off, fire inside the building. 100 firefighters and hazmat crews were called to the scene. They didn't know what they were dealing with. More than a dozen nearby businesses were evacuated. 20 to 30 homes north of the business were evacuated as well, simply as a precaution. Debris from the explosion was found 100 yards away. And we have the latest on the investigation as well as more witnesses from tonight come forward. Irene Snyder spoke to nearby homeowners. But let's begin with Nicole Garcia, who's been at the scene all day for an update on the burn victims. This was horrible.
Yes, this was a very terrible explosion. Take a look behind me. You can see what's left of the printing business, the parking lot in front littered with shards of glass, and the inside of that business just gutted. You can see the wall, that outside wall on your right side. Officials think that wall is going to come down any minute now. So a very, very horrible scene out here after this explosion. All 4 men that were injured in this blast are in the hospital tonight with second-degree burns to their arms, hands, and legs. 2 of the victims are in the ICU in critical condition, but thankfully all of them are expected to recover.
All came out alive. Thank God that they came out alive. And I say that genuinely. And I say that respectfully, and I say that humbly. They all made it out alive.
This man was in the strip mall when the explosion happened. He ran toward the victims to help.
One brother was concerned about his brother, so we both found his brother inside, but we didn't need to even step inside. He was already coming out of the building.
The owner of a nearby eyeglass repair shop says one of her employees was hurt in the blast and remains in the hospital.
My son went over to him and he says, "What's happened to me?" And he told them that his hands were, the skin was all burned off. His hair was burned from whatever it may be, but his face was okay.
Doctors at the Arizona Burn Center say the men suffered second-degree burns to about 30% of their bodies.
The fact that anybody walked away from that is really amazing to me. Yeah, it's really baffling that this explosion was of this magnitude, and the injuries were not worse than they are.
Dr. Foster says none of the victims suffered traumatic injuries, and the burns were not caused by flame or fire.
These burns all appeared to be flash burns, propane flash burns.
Now, fire investigators are still working to figure out what exactly caused this explosion. They're looking into a possible underground gas leak as the cause. Fire and police officials here in Chandler are giving an update in minutes. We'll continue to follow this developing story and bring you the latest. Reporting live in Chandler, I'm Nicole Garcia, Fox 10 News.
Thanks, Nicole. As we mentioned, debris was tossed some 100 yards away by that powerful explosion. Nearby homes shook from the force of the blast. Fox 10's Irene Snyder continues our live coverage in Chandler.
Well, John and Christina, good evening. We spoke with several neighbors who are still shaken up hours after the fact of this explosion. Earlier today, we talked with many people who live right behind the shopping plaza. They recall, as you mentioned, they could feel the shaking of this explosion and they saw debris flying in the air.
I thought our house was coming apart. It was that loud. It was unreal.
Mark and Adrian Schiel describing the moment an explosion shook their house. That explosion happening down the road from them at a shopping plaza.
It just shook the house. It was unbelievable. So I run out of the house, look, my tree is still sitting there, and I could see a big plume and smoke in the back of our house.
The second explosion, the house literally shook, and I thought it was an earthquake.
This video from surveillance cameras in the Schiel's backyard shows some of the impact of that explosion, with the ground shaking and debris flying in the air. They say police came to them earlier in the day recommending that they evacuate, but they were given the option to stay. Now, after they were given the all clear to return to their homes, neighbors in that area say they are still shaken up.
Shook all the windows, shook the floor like a bomb.
And these neighbors were given the all clear to go back into their homes about an hour after they were initially told to evacuate. Again, not everyone was forced to evacuate, but they were recommended that they evacuate for about an hour after this explosion happened. Reporting live in Chandler, I'm Irene Snyder for Fox 10 News.